Panic buying in Florida results in empty shelves and what is happening in the real economy. Today, I read an article on foxbusiness.com written by Daniela Genovese titled, "Some Florida Store Shelves Nearly Empty as Milton Barrels Toward Coast." According to the author, a wave of panic buying has begun as Floridians prepare for Hurricane Milton, which is making its way toward the state as a Category 4 storm. Shelves typically stocked full of items with longer shelf lives, such as water, alcohol, canned goods, and snacks, were left nearly empty at some stores in Central Florida. In this article, there were multiple pictures of stores with empty shelves. In my opinion, this is scary. It shows you how fragile order is in our society. I feel bad for these people in Florida who are struggling right now. I hope they can stay safe, and I hope they can source what they need to survive. Imagine what life would be like if we ever dealt with an unexpected nationwide crisis. I'm talking about an event that comes out of nowhere and ravages just about every state in our nation. What we are seeing right now in Florida could pale in comparison to what life could be like nationwide. Back in 2001, when the planes hit the World Trade Center, Americans got a taste for what an attack on American soil was like. Assuming you believe it wasn't orchestrated by our own government, which many people believe was the case. Let's hope we never experience something tragic on a nationwide scale that could make the recent pandemic pale in comparison in terms of the disruptions to society. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. One commenter said, "Just curious, how are all of those EV vehicles doing without electricity to charge?" The next commenter said, "Instead of waiting for something bad to hit, stock up on water, non-perishables, and other necessities at a time throughout the year. You can find good prices and you are not at the whim of those who do not prepare." Now, there were a couple of comments that had strong political messaging. Please keep in mind, these are the thoughts of the commenters, not me. One person said, "The store shelves will look the same under a Harris administration. You may want to keep that in mind as you go to vote next month." The next commenter said, "Shelves will look similar when Harris is president. Mark this post for future reference. She's a big expert on inflation." The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "Take your pets with you." Well, my friends, I hope people do this. I hate to think about innocent animals suffering in the aftermath of this storm. Today, I read another interesting article on foxbusiness.com written by Aislinn Murphy titled, "PepsiCo Lowers Annual Revenue Forecast, Softer Demand and Geopolitical Tensions Weigh." According to the author, PepsiCo cut its full-year organic revenue forecast on Tuesday after the company reported softer-than-expected sales figures and business disruptions from geopolitical tensions that impacted the company in the third quarter. The author went on to reference the CFO who said, "We expect consumers to remain choiceful and value-conscious as the cumulative effects of inflationary pressures continue to impact budgets and spending patterns." Well, my friends, this is not a good sign in my opinion. Some people will stop at nothing to buy their favorite sugary drinks or snack foods. Regardless of what you hear in the mainstream media, you know things are bad when consumers are cutting back on this type of stuff. You could blame it on shrinkflation and corporate greed, but I think it has more to do with a consumer who is tapped out financially and struggling to survive in a higher interest rate environment when the cost of just about everything is too much. Now, I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. The first commenter said, "How about there's a price at which I will stop eating fast food, stop buying soda, stop buying the new car, stop going to the movies, stop, long list here." They have crashed through so many of these barriers. Doesn't even feel like America anymore. Red lines, anyone? The next commenter said, "Well, when you are selling 6-packs at $6 each, one could expect lower sales. Beer is less expensive than Pepsi. And don't forget the Democrats want to place a tax on top of that to modify your behavior from drinking soda. The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, I am just wondering when these idiots will figure it out. $2.50 for a 2-liter. I won't pay more than $1. A $5 value meal with a hamburger, small drink, and small fry is not a value meal. I really am hoping more people will shop the generic row and cook at home more. The prices need to come to half the prices they are asking for now for them to say they are looking to give customers value, at least half. Well, my friends, the commenters always have interesting things to say. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Here's another interesting article. I read this on foxbusiness.com, written by Louis Cassiano, titled, Major McDonald's French fry supplier closes plant in Washington, slashes jobs as inflation continues. According to the author, Lamb Weston, the largest producer of French fries in North America, announced last week it was closing its plant in Connell, Washington, meaning 375 employees, or 4% of its workforce, would be laid off, according to an earnings report that was released last week. The author went on to reference the CEO of this company, who said, restaurant traffic and frozen potato demand relative to supply continue to be soft, and we believe it will remain soft through the remainder of fiscal 2025. Well, my friends, this sounds so similar to what I just shared with you about Pepsi. From my perspective, it is clear the economy is slowing and the consumer is struggling financially. Now, I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. Many of the comments were political in nature. The first commenter said, average Americans are strapped, tight, pinched so much that when they take $1 out of their wallet, George Washington winks. This is another nail in the small businesses, and I hope a nail in the coffin of the Biden-Harris administration and their chokehold on our energy production, dependence on foreign oil, all of which has totaled the economy. The next commenter said, it's happening in practically every private sector of the economy. Companies and investors are awaiting the November 5th result. If Trump wins, investment will take off. If not, we'll see layoffs not experienced since the early 1930s. The next commenter said, that is sad when fast food is considered a luxury. The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, stop eating out, make food at home, it's healthier and it stretches your money further. Besides, fast food is bad for you, too much salt and fat. Well, my friends, I agree with that last comment. Many Americans should buy healthy, fresh food and cook it at home. There's an old saying, you are what you eat. Many people need to be more careful about what they are putting into their bodies. I'm curious, what do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.